So it's been a minute, roughly 2 months or so. A couple of y'all asked where I was. I appreciate the concern, and it's only fair that I let y'all in a little bit on what's been going on. Long story short, it was for health reasons. And I just had to make sure that I got that stuff taken care of before I continued on this YouTube journey. Because as y'all know, this is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job outside of this. So when I come home, I got to edit a video, stay up late. That takes a toll on your body, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. But during my time away, I've had a couple of ideas and it's time to execute. And more importantly, I've got some help now. I got an editor. I got a primary artist, someone who can do backgrounds, different characters for different events. Y'all don't even see it yet. Should I do a drum roll? Look at it, it's magnificent. Look at the background, look at the detail. I love it. All this work was done by a friend of mine. His name is Ty, and he is an outstanding artist. I came to him with an idea, he whipped it right up. I personally would appreciate it if you go show him some love on his Instagram, drop him a couple of likes, follow, however you want to show your support. I'm sure he'll be very appreciative. On top of that, of course, we got merch coming. We got members coming back. I had to turn the members off because I wasn't here. Didn't feel right taking money from people when I couldn't provide what was promised. Either way, to the people that did become members, I appreciate you. That video that I was talking about is still coming, by the way. I didn't forget. You know who I'm talking to. And a couple of other projects that I've been working on, collabs, all kinds of stuff. So this is about to be a yap session. As far as where I've been, so my wife and I had health issues around the same exact time. I'm only gonna share my stuff. I'm not gonna share her stuff, obviously, but for mine, we need a little bit of backstory. So I think this was 2020, 2021, something like that. I go and get a routine checkup and they do some, they do some blood work. I'm not feeling bad or anything like that. Just a routine checkup. She's like, hey, get some labs done. You haven't gotten labs done in a while. Cool, no problem. Run and get the labs, living my best life, chilling. Couple of weeks go by and I get a call. The lady on the phone, which I'm the doctor's staff, I'm sure, calls and says, hey, let me look up what it's called. She says, hey, your white blood cell count is abnormally high. I'm like, okay. She says, we think you might have some form of blood cancer. And then she hangs up.
Hold on. Now hold on.
Subsequently, my voice jumps up a whole other octave and I go, you think I have what? I'm sitting in the bed with my girlfriend, now wife. She hears me, so she asks, what's wrong? And I don't even know how to tell her anything remotely close to this. I'm still in disbelief. I'm still in shock of what I just heard. Then I call her back. She picks up the phone. I got to explain exactly what was going on. It's like she didn't know it was me. You just called me. I need to know more information. And she goes, yeah, they think you have some type of blood cancer. We need to get you in for treatment pretty soon. And then she hangs up. She hangs up the fucking phone, bro. My heart drops. I'm like, that's not how that's about to go. So I call her back. They don't answer. The ball in my stomach, where I can't explain that. So about an hour or two goes by, at least in my head, I'm dying. So I give him another call. I'm like, I need more information. I cannot just go about my day with that information that they just dropped on me. So I call them again. This time they pick up. I go, hey, what the fuck? Where do we go from here? She's like, well, they'll call you from basically from the place that they treat cancer in my town. They'll give you a call, they'll schedule an appointment, all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. From the time that I get off that phone to the time of the actual appointment is about a month. And during that time, I'm seeing all kinds of shit now. I got a bruise that I don't remember getting. I'm pretty active at this point in my life. You know, I'm riding the bike, I'm running, I'm lifting weights. And now I'm like, am I getting more fatigued than what I usually am or what I usually have because I had this fucking blood cancer? And now I'm in my head and I'm like, I'm just trying to calm myself down every day. You're not dying, you're good. So the first appointment comes up. I go there, I'm looking at people in the lobby and I'm like, man, my grandmother passed away from cancer, by the way. So I'm like, I could have this shit. I could and not know it. You know, I'm Googling, never Google shit, by the way. Do not Google any symptoms because it's going to go straight to cancer, which they already told me I had. So now it's double down Google and the doctor confirmed it. I'm not making it to next year in my head. So we go in there. They're like, hey, we got a couple questions for you. We're going to do another blood test. Do you feel bad? No, I don't feel bad. Do you work out? Yes, I work out. Are you on steroids? No, I earn these muscles. Thank you though. All kinds of stuff. And they do a blood test there and it comes back normal. I'm like, okay. Comes back normal. So I'm good. So also at this this time, my wife was bringing me to the second concert that I've ever been to. I've only been to a couple of concerts. That just wasn't really my thing. Growing up, I ain't had money like that. I still ain't got money like that, especially not nowadays. And I don't like crowds. I'm not a crowd person. But she got tickets to go to Anderson .Paak. Amazing concert. So now everything's all good. I go to the concert. We have a good time. This is for my birthday, by the way. So, and I know the story's all over the place, but I'm trying to remember stuff that happened 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm sure I blocked out a lot of it. After the concert, probably about a week and a half after that, they give me another call. They say, we want you to come back in. I'm like, fuck. So I'll go back up there, do another blood test. This is the actual doctor doing it, and he says it came back normal again. I'm like, is there a reason that happened? Did something happen? He goes, oh, you could have not drank enough water before the test. You could have been dehydrated. And my jaw dropped because I'm like, all the fucking questions y'all asked me, and no one asked me if I had a glass of fucking water before I started doing this shit, before y'all called me back and told me I had fucking blood cancer. Y'all don't want to run through all the shit first? So y'all put me through all this shit. And mind you, I have medical bill from these people now, because whether you got it or not, you got treated. Even though it was a blood test, they charged me $3,000 fucking dollars. And guess who didn't pay that shit? That's between y'all and God, because it ain't coming from me. I know that. So now at this point, I have a fear of getting blood tests because I don't want to get misdiagnosed again. Incorrect way of thinking, because those blood tests are very important. And the whole reason that they see my test as abnormal is because I don't have many of them. If you're trying to draw a graph, you need more than 1 point. You need a couple of points to really see a trend. So compared to nothing, yeah, my tests look abnormal, but compared to my baseline, that is normal. So when I go to my next doctor, obviously I don't go back to that doctor. I tell my new doctor, hey, the blood test thing, I'm nervous, blah, blah, blah. She runs some tests. She says, you're good. And, we have a pretty good rapport at this point. Probably about 2 months ago, I start feeling this knot on the side of my ab. Not a physical knot, but like in my stomach after I eat, I feel something. So I'll go back to the doctor. I'm like, hey, I feel this knot. She runs some blood tests. She says, your liver markers come back and they're a little bit elevated. You should stop drinking. I'm like, well, I haven't drank since the new year. She's like, okay, keep doing that. Lose some weight. You gain weight the older you get. You get more sedentary. You got a kid, all this other shit. You get lazy. I got lazy. I'm nowhere near as active as what I used to be. And she says, just start exercising more and we'll come back to it. Cool, no problem. My wife has her health thing. I go into the doctor with her. We schedule appointments on the same day. We swap table, my turn. I'm like, yeah, I still got the thing on my side. She goes, okay, well, let's do another blood test. Cool. Liver markers come back great. Now she's like, but let's take a look at your pancreas. Oh, fuck, man. Again, that C word is on my brain. So again, I'm in my head looking for symptoms that are not there. And it's taking a toll on me mentally, because now at this point, I have a son, I got a wife, and I'm like, I can't go yet, man. And I had a choice to make. I could continue to do both jobs, stay up till 2 a.m, try to edit a video, write stuff, research stuff. And you look at my channel, you're like, it can't take that much to run the shit. But it does. YouTube is, I wouldn't say it's a difficult job, but it is a time consuming job. You need time to do YouTube. And I couldn't do that with being dad, being store manager, stuff like that. Well, I probably shouldn't say I couldn't do all of that. Doesn't mean no one can do all of that, but I could not juggle that properly because I haven't learned how to do that yet. I'm still a new YouTuber. I'm a new father. I'm trying to learn how to juggle all these things. And it wasn't working. So I set some of the stuff down. YouTube happened to be one of them. And now I'm slowly picking things back up. Obviously, I didn't drop being a father, and I had to keep doing my other job because that's what gives us insurance. And for the people who stuck around, I appreciate you. And if you didn't, I understand. Things move quick, trends move quick. I'm gonna keep making YouTube videos regardless. People who rock with it are gonna rock with it. Sound like I'm trying to convince myself. But no, we got some fun YouTube videos coming up. Nothing like this one. This one's kind of a downer. Eventually, the pancreatic markers, or my pancreas markers, came back good. We did another test, another blood test, and they came back good, but I still feel this thing on my side. So I'm trying to nurse this. I don't know if it's an ulcer. We did tests for that too. Ulcer didn't come back up, so we might have to do an endoscopy. Basically, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my health right now, but it could be a lot of things. So sometimes for my mental health, I gotta back up because all this stuff could be stress related too. I can't promise to always do YouTube or always keep up with YouTube because I made promises to 2 people already. That's my wife and my son, that I would be there for them first. And unfortunately, I got to do that with the job that I have and creates the most income for me first. And I'm trying to get this up and running, and we will get this up and running. And that it is a good thing that the pancreas markers and the liver markers came back, but I still feel that thing on my side. And I learned from, a lot of people, specifically my mother. Basically, my mom had some health issues as well. And if my aunt wasn't there, who is in the medical field, then they wouldn't have diagnosed her with some other things either. These doctors will let you die if you let them let you die. If you know something's wrong with you, go to the doctor. I know some of us were raised in a household where going to the doctor was not necessarily frowned upon, but it was the last resort. I know I was raised in a household where anything was wrong with me, my dad told me to drink some water. Drink some water, you be all right. That is the famous saying from my father. But yeah, I urge you, something's wrong with you, go to the doctor. If you feel something wrong with your body, do not let nobody tell you that you're fine. Go until you feel normal. You know, you should feel normal according to you. Just an update. I apologize for the long wait. I've been on like 4 hiatuses at this point. It's pretty frequent. And I can't promise that it won't happen again, but I will promise that I'm going to get better every time I come back. I will continue to grow. And if you made it this far, best believe you found a place where you belong. You belong here with the rest of us. Y'all be safe. I will see y'all in the next video that will drop next week. No ifs, ands, or buts.